Hey, good afternoon, everyone. Well, yesterday I was actually working on the 4955, and today I'm working on this 8070. But it's getting to be that time of year. Let me put you all in my pocket. There we are. Now I can use both hands. But it's getting to be that time of year again, and so actually on all four of our main tractors, I always take and put new air filters, and it's got an inner and an outer, and so I've already done that. I've already put new fuel filters on, these two here, and there's one right behind this frame piece, another spin-on filter. Looks basically like that. So I've already put new air filters and new fuel filters onto it. These here are the hydraulic oil filters, and we'll go around on the back side here. Quick side note, if you happen to hear a bunch of background noise and people talking, if you saw my short video yesterday, you'll know that we are in the process of having a new drying system put in, and that is actually the company. They're one of their crews just outside here working on the new dryer and the grain handling system and that kind of stuff. So, like I say, if you hear some background noise, that's it. So, right now I am getting ready to put a new transmission filter in. Good old Napa Gold. And this one here is just a regular, like a canister type of filter that goes right inside of there. And so I'm going to get my wrench and take that off and try not to drop it. I'm going to let's see here. The way this is set up, you gotta kind of work around this stupid 3-point. So I'm not sure how well you're gonna be able to see it. I brought the tractor here inside the old shed because over here is where I keep all my tools and that kind of stuff and supplies. And so for doing this kind of work, it's a little bit more convenient than trying to load everything up and take it over just for this kind of stuff in our new shed. But like I say, if you can see that very well, I'll try to work with this arm for a little bit. There's a draw bolt that's right here on the bottom. It goes clear through the canister and out the top, and it screws into this top housing. And so I just gotta start unloosening that. Once it gets loosened up so far, it will begin to drain oil out of the top up here until it drains down and stops running. Okay, there we're loosening up. And you can probably see, yep, there comes the oil dripping down. Yeah, there we go. Well, no. Yeah, you can probably see that a little bit. When my phone's in my pocket, it's kind of hard for me to tell which way it's aiming. I keep it on wide angle, that way you get a pretty good view ahead of me. However, trying to work with both hands is easier said than done. Like I say, when I'm trying to work right here around this 3-point arm, and I got this tire, and so you're literally trying to squeeze in here. You're practically hugging yourself. But like I say, they're out there working on that new drying system. And they're actually working on they haven't brought the new dryer in yet. They are actually working on what's called a Versaloop. And instead of augers, it's like a conveyor belt type system, or almost kind of like something kind of like a grain elevator, where you have a tube on top and a tube on the bottom, and you have like paddles going round and round. Oh, there. Okay, there the filter just dropped down. Like I say, I'm not sure how well you all can see that. You can probably see my arm blocking off the camera, but let me see what I can do here. Okay, you can probably see that somewhat. Trying to get that bucket brought up to me. There we go. Take and dump the oil out of it. There we are. Thing's just awkward to work with when you're trying to work with one hand stuck down this little tight spot. Okay, let's got the oil draining out of it. And let me see here. There we are. Okay, there it is. Yeah, like I say, there's the old filter. And just like with my fuel and air filters, I change this one every year, along with the hydraulic filters. On our main tractors, I change all oil. Well, take that back. Let me restate that. I change the engine oil every 200 hours. And so that one kind of varies as to when it gets changed. But as far as fuel filters, air filters, transmission, and hydraulic, I change those every year in the springtime, because we at Napa Auto Parts run a big sale every spring and also every fall, a filter sale. I'm going to set that down in there for right now. And so every spring filter sale, they actually have the filter sale at the beginning, usually at the beginning of March, and in the fall time at the beginning of September. And thankfully what they'll do is they will let me submit my order 1 month early. And like the new filter right here, I was able to take and I made up a big filter list, and I gave that to them on February 1st. That way they have plenty of time to be able to get my stuff in. And the same thing applies for the fall time filter sale. They will let me begin to make filter orders usually right around the first part of August. And so anyway, like you just saw there, here's the old filter. This here is a magnet deal. A couple of little teeth right here have actually gotten busted off, but it's got a magnet right here, that little spot, and one right there to collect any kind of like little metal shavings or anything like that that might possibly come through, and to pull all that out of the oil. And right now, you can see a little bit like that speck type stuff. I don't know how well you can see that right there on camera. You can see as I run my finger over that and drag it into that white, you can see that dark stuff kind of coming into the oil. The oil is kind of a reddish colored. And same thing on that magnet, which is normal. When you have gears moving, you're going to have a certain amount of that speck stuff coming through. You just can't help it. And so I think I need to find me a rag and wipe my hands down. I usually take, and that's what these old shop towels are for. And so we'll set that right there. That way I can clean my hands up. Usually I keep a couple old shop towels just sitting here on this golf cart. That way when your hands are drenched in oil, you can use what's left of the old junky shop towel, clean your hands up, and throw it in the trash can. or in that case, an old seed corn bag. They work great for a trash bag. I'm not sure how well I'll be able to shoot trying to change the hydraulic filters on this one, because they're back up underneath that fuel tank right here, and I've got to be on my creeper working up there above my head. And so for those, I probably won't be able to show them. And so what I'll probably end up doing, once I get done with this tractor, I'm going to bring one of our 4840s over, and I can show you on one of those changing the transmission and hydraulic filters. And I'll take this old magnet deal. If you ever need a good oil cleaner, that's the Ethers for starting fluid. It works great cleaning off oily parts. Run outside here and clean it up. Whew, that old ether's cold. In fact, tell you what, once I get done cleaning this, you can probably see that tube laying right there. That's one of the Versaloops. I'll walk over there and show you, because they actually just set that one off. That way they could get it out of their way. Wow, man, that's cold in the fingers. I'm not sure what there is about ether, but once you start to activate it, it's kind of like Freon or even LP gas or that kind of stuff. It gets really cold. Okay, let's set that right there for now. Now I'll walk over here and show you. Yeah, there it is. Let me take you out of my pocket. There we are. This here's the drive-in. There'll be a big motor that connects right there. And right there it is. You can see that paddle loop system. It just goes round and round and round. Basically just like a clean grain elevator chain on a combine. You got one side, and then you got the other side coming back. And so down here is on the other end. Yeah, there it is. You can see the chains hanging out this side. There's the tubes. So that's a Versaloop. And right now they're actually in the process of working on a Versaloop setup to go across the top of the bins. This one right here, I think this one might actually be the big Versaloop that goes from the back of the dryer up to the top of the bin. So we'll put you back in my pocket. But like I say, that's what they're working on over there. If you hear a bunch of crashing and banging around, that's them. And so, thankfully the temperature outside has come up. So we'll put that right there. As much noise as those guys make, kind of like an episode of the Three Stooges I saw one time. I think they can make noise stuffing a pillow. Okay. Yeah. Kind of clean those magnets off the back right there. The ether did a pretty good job doing that for me, however. There we are. Okay. Okay, and here's the new one. I sure don't want to drop that on the floor in the dirt. All right, there we go. That just drops into that canister. Get that draw bolt to pop out of that sleeve. Come on. There we go. And like I say, there's the draw bolt, and that just goes up inside that top housing. Tighten it up. Done deal. Kind of clean the top of this canister off in case there's any kind of little bit of dirt, crud, or as some people call it, schmutz. Anyway, get that old bucket out of the way. Okay, I think we're ready to put this back in. And like I say, once again, I'm not sure how well you're going to be able to see me doing this because of the little tiny spot that I'm trying to work in one-handed. Here's where I need more than two hands. Okay, I got the draw bolt started. It's threading in. There we are. Now you can probably see. I doubt you could see a whole lot right there because of just the way it was. I was squeezed down here between this 3-point and this tire. But there's the canister back up, all back on. Yeah, now on the dryer that they're working on, that was supposed to have been in at the beginning of August 2021. Well, the company just north of here that is doing all the work, they did not get the dryer from GSI, the manufacturer, till about the middle of September, due to shortage of parts and that kind of stuff. And so, well, by the middle of September, we were just way too close to fall time for them to come in case something went wrong and they got held up. We sure didn't want to be without a dryer, and so we just ran the old system for fall of 2021. And then here just a couple of days ago, my dad heard from them, and they came in yesterday. They got all the old taken down yesterday, and now they're working on the Versaloop system. Okay, there's that. I always like to take a little bit of ether and clean that down up through there. It just helps keep a lot of dirt and junk from collecting on that. Okay, ether can's out. Time for a new one. That one's out. Huh. Third one's not much better. One over here on the shelf. Okay, got a new one. Alrighty, there we go. Let's take and do a little bit more cleanup. Kind of reach around behind the filter. Alrighty, there we go. Well, take that back. I'll take and clean off the drawbar here where I had that housing sitting at. Along with my wrench. There we go. Okay. Well, that is changing the transmission oil filter on this 8070. So that's a good spot to end this video at. And like I say, once I get one of our John Deere 4040s over here, I'll take and video working on that one as well. So take care.